Hello, welcome back to another episode of Hebard Travels. Today, I'm doing some pretty serious upgrades to our camera system.
That guy.
So, this is a side marker light camera. Replaces the orange markers on the sides of the rig. I've got one for the left and the right side, and then this is a new monitor. So about a year ago we did a HaloView install, replacement of our Furrion camera, backup camera system, which we never even used the Furrion because the signal quality was just, it was terrible. The video quality was terrible. Looked like a camcorder from the 90s. HaloView, on the other hand, it's a 720p full color. It's got audio, like I can hear behind me, so when I'm backing in, Laura can tell me, 5 feet, 3 feet, and instead of trying to scream around the side of the rig or flailing her arms around, tell me to stop, I can just easily hear her. Okay, let's go through what actually came in the box. You've got, well, the monitor, showed you this earlier. The camera. You also get this length of wire, signal transmitter. The camera came with two extra mounting plates. There's this guy, super low profile, you can just stick it straight to the rig. This, you've got a nice angle to it. This guy here, so you can hardwire this, or screw it right down to the dash if you want, which that's what I plan on doing, is screwing it to the dash. You also get this suction cup, and my dash does not suction cup. It's porous, it's plastic, you can't just stick things to it. It did come with these two adhesive discs, 3M backing on them, so I assume you can stick the suction cup to these. Once again, my dash isn't flat. No, I can't use these, so I'm just going to screw it right down, and magnetic plate here. Ah, wrong side. Magnetic. Kind of curious why they put two in. I don't know, so you have an extra one to drop while you're filming a video? I don't know. Oh, one nice thing. These are 3M sticky cable ties. So if you run this guy all the way to the front of your rig, you can stick it down and not have your wire flopping back and forth and rubbing holes in your rubber roof or making a lot of noise in the wind and keeping you awake at night. So if you run the wire, use these guys. You get a few different options for wiring your monitor in. This guy is what I'm going to use. It just has a red and black 12 volt wiring, so I can hardwire it in. I'm going to show you how to do that. This is what I've been using with my previous 7-inch monitor, is a 12 volt plug, and you just stick this in a cigarette lighter and turn it on, and it's got power. Then you unplug it when you don't. Yes, this is a nice big jumble of wires. Why? Each one of these has a little tag on it. You don't need to see that. But if we had a Class A and I wanted to hardwire multiple cameras into my monitor, I can do rear camera, side camera, another rear camera. So, yeah, the HaloView system is a beautiful feed. I can clearly see everything, and there's a microphone in the camera. So when I'm backing up, Laura can say at normal speech volume, you got 10 feet, you got 5 feet, you got 2 feet, and just tell me when to stop, and she's not back there waving her arms and screaming at me trying to get me to stop before I hit something. She can just easily communicate with me. And for all the people out there that help people back in, you will really appreciate this. The audio doesn't go both ways. The audio doesn't go both ways. I can hear her, she can't hear me, and she loves that. But I still don't know why. She always brings that point up. The instructions, I found to be pretty lacking. They don't really go into great depth or detail of how to really do the install. It gives you general ideas, and then you just kind of have to figure it out on your own. Here's the thing with this new camera. I'm not putting this new camera on the RV. It's going to go back in the box. Like, now. And that'll probably be the last time I touch it. The reason why is when we swapped over from the Furrion camera to the HaloView that we have now, I had to fill in old holes, drill new holes, And if I swap to this camera, which is a different camera, different mounting bracket, I'm gonna have to do that again. And at that point, there's gonna be like 13 holes drilled in a spot about this big. I don't want to do that. 9's bad enough. All right. I don't want to have any new potential water entry points. I have linked the old camera with the new monitor. It works fine. So I am going to show you how I wire this into the truck and how I mount it to the dash, how I pair the monitor with the camera, and then after I get done doing that, I'm going to get on side marker lights. These guys look really cool. They literally just replace the side markers that are already on the RV, but with a camera that looks down the side of the RV. So, if you have a fifth wheel or a travel trailer, you know that when you are backing in and your truck hits that 45-degree angle, you can no longer see down one side of your rig, and either you got someone helping you back in that really knows what they're doing. And thank God Laura does, and she really pays attention. We've never hit a thing. I know she'd be asking me to knock on wood, but I don't believe in that stuff. This is going to take out the guesswork and make it easier for both of us. So instead of her having to watch multiple things at the same time, now she can just focus on really watching over me and under me, because those are the last two frontiers of RVing. Also, I can leave these on while I'm driving. So when it comes to lane change time, I can just have the monitor split with showing both cameras, and I want to make a lane change. I can look in the mirror, I can look at the monitor and go, oh good, there's nobody there. Not have to guess, because you can't always see down the side of your rig perfectly when you're driving. Okay, we've now moved to the portion of the video where I'm inside the truck. I'm gonna hardwire the monitor, but first I want to show you the difference between the 7 and the 5-inch monitors, because it doesn't sound like much, but on the dash it really is. Okay, so I'm holding the camera pretty much at my face. There we go. But this is my point of view. So, get this out of here. So this actually does take up some of my viewing area. I put it further back because it took up less space. This new guy is so small that I can put it right on the edge. And I mean, if you look at this from my point of view, the monitor's almost the same by being able to put it closer. Okay, I'm going to wire it in using this. This is from my old CB radio, which I no longer have anymore. I'm just going to cut this plug off the end and find it here. Wire this guy right in, and just use some electrical tape to tie the wires up. And that way I will free up one of our 12-volt plugs, because it's kind of annoying always having, I mean, this is the bunch of wiring that I would just have to like cram down here and shove into this space here, and then get that in, and it's always been kind of glitchy. So yeah, I'm just gonna hardwire it. I'll show you real quick. This is a contraption I bought that holds two 10-amp fuses, and it plugs into where the fuse used to go. Now before I put the new monitor here, I'm going to remove this old one, because I think it'll be a lot easier to remove before the new one's in place. I'm also going to remove my TPMS mount. Remove that. Relocate it, and I'll put some double-sided tape and stick it like right here or something. So I abandoned the screwing it into the dash idea for double-sided tape. And it's almost the exact same width. So I'm just gonna measure out a piece and cut it. I'm just gonna sit here and hold it for a minute to make sure this tape really bonds perfectly and well, because I don't want to walk out here tomorrow and see that it heated up and the tape just fell off. If that does happen, I guess I will have to screw it down. Put the monitor on there, make sure I've got it going in the right direction. Alright, same deal. Hold this down for a minute. At first, when we tried it on the edge, the monitor was actually tilting down. So we just bent the metal plate in here just a hair. And I think it was actually designed so it could bend a little bit so that you could position the monitor if your dash had a bit of a tilt to it. But now it's got a nice angle. Well, I found a use for these little 3M back sticky cable ties. I'm actually going to stick them along the side here where my wire is running down, so that it's not getting in the way and flopping around in the way of the shifter and buttons and stuff. And I can just put one right in here. Yeah, the install is now done. It is very securely taped down, along with TPMS monitor taped down. I secured the wire. Yeah, there it is. Down there. And then ran the wire down here. And I zip tied all the extra, crammed it back in this space here. And then it's run along up here, and it comes out to this point with the double fuse part I got. Well, now that I've got the monitor wired into the dash and all that done, it's time to get to the side marker lights. Okay, really important note about these guys. There's a left and a right. It actually says it here on the sticker. There's a little R. The reason why is the antenna mount. Right. Unless you want your antennas pointing down, put these in the right direction. Because, I mean, I might not even need an antenna with how close it is to the monitor, but I was planning on just having it sideways like this, pointing forward, but who knows, the wind might do that to it. And we'll see what happens the first time we travel. But now I've got to get this side marker light off, which I've never actually removed one of these, so yeah, let's figure it out. Okay, a little bit of sealant on there, and then a flathead or Phillips or a number 2. I don't know which. I'm gonna have to cut the sealant around here so I can get it off. Careful you don't slip and cut up your gel coat. That'd be bad, even though there is a light under it, or over it. Okay. There's one. It was in there somewhere. Ah, 2. Okay, really important. Don't reuse these little crimped on guys. You'll want to get some new wire nuts or electrical tape or something. But once these have been crimped, you don't want to reuse them. You have to smash them the other direction. You can get the wiring out. You know, I should probably unplug the trailer wiring, even though it's not powered. Good idea. Okay, and there's nothing saying which one's which, so kind of hoping for the best here. Oh, and there's a tab here that you can get a screwdriver in, pop this guy open, then you can run your screws through it. It comes with the hardware you need, but this old one had 2 screw holes. The new one's got 4 and they're in different spots. So I'm gonna go grab my clear sealant and I'm gonna fill these 2 in before I put the light over it. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this right. I got my mineral spirits, scraper tool, and I'm gonna get this line of old sealant off before I put the new light on and new sealant, so that it, you know, actually sticks right and works, whatever. Let's get these holes filled in. I do not like having holes in my house that don't have sealant in them. And a little bit of mineral spirits will help you smooth it right out. Makes this stuff pliable. Wiring will be interesting because the camera's got some weight to it, so I'm make sure it's not, you know, pulling on the wires hard. And so Laura just pointed something out to me. The instructions say to put these cameras on the rear marker light. I don't like that. I already have a camera in the back. I don't need these to see behind me. I need these to see down the sides of the RV. So, like I said before, changing lanes, backing into a site, I can see the water and the power and all that. That's way more important to me than seeing the back. And I mean, being right next to the truck, it ought to have really good signal, I think. Good, that can go through the hole without having to drill it bigger. I hadn't even thought about that before. Size of the wire nut could have been a problem. Okay, it's time to get the trailer wiring plugged in and see if this thing's got power. Success! Ah. This is gonna be weird. Told you, weird. Success! It is working. So now I just gotta screw it down and run some sealant over it. And let's get all this tucked away. Yeah, get in there. There's a lot of wire to be shoved in there. Didn't want to go. I'm gonna grab a level, make sure this is level before I start screwing and stuff. There we go. Alright, now I'm going to pre-drill my holes because this is fiberglass tree gel coat. It's one of the last RVs in the industry to actually use this. One of Cedar Creek's huge selling points. So I always pre-drill holes so I don't crack it because I don't want to have to worry about that. I also like to start the screws by hand. I need to put some sealant in these holes first because I'm redundant. They are self-tapping screws. I probably could have just ran them in, no problem. But why risk it? Seriously. Why? Yeah, I drilled a slightly smaller hole than I needed to, so I do have to use a screwdriver to get it in. But, you know, instead of using power, still going by hand. As gentle as possible. There's a foam backer on these lights that's smashing down right now. You can see how it's foamy. This is all smashing down. So that should be fairly waterproof, but of course we're gonna run some sealant around, you know, the edges of it. Yeah. Don't need the antenna coming off on the road. Oh, and the camera articulates. You can turn the camera and have it point further out or back, you know, however you need it. And let's go ahead and get some sealant along the top of this. Finish it off. Finally got it to go on. Now I'm just using a rag and mineral spirits to clean it up and make it look all smooth and pretty and not dirty and nasty. And Windex on your finger will let you work with the sealant and smooth it out. Alright, now that the other side's done and I figured out, you know, how to do it, this should be a lot easier. And I got kind of lucky because we are on level, but that means the bedroom slides up really high, so I could actually stand under it. Normally, I can't stand under this thing. It's a little hot from that incandescent light bulb. Eureka! It works! Worked. Wait a second. One of these is a little shorty. Which one is it? Which one is the screwy one? Aha! Came out of the wire nut. Okay, Eureka! It works! And it's not turning off. Even better. Let's get all this wiring shoved back in here. Yeah, let's get some sealant in these new holes. And I gotta get some mineral spirits and clean this stuff up because it looks like a hot mess. Now the only thing left to do is put the antenna on and pair this camera with the monitor. Oh yeah, tighten the antenna down because don't want to lose it. 2 clicks out works pretty well. And the other one, I'm going to get this thing paired, which the pairing buttons are right here. It's just a little rubber button on every HaloView camera has a little rubber button on it, and that's the pairing button. My older camera has one that you can like press the paper clip and actually has the word pair above it. The newer ones just have a rubber button. Don't think that that's a plug or something under there and try and rip it out of there because, you know, the rubber's glued on and then it won't be waterproof anymore. That's just the button. It's not a port to plug it in or something.
When? Push again.
Pushed.
All right, camera 2. Do the same process. Go down to pairing. Hit OK. John, go. You have 20 seconds.
Pressed.
Okay. Camera 2 is live. Okay, I know that's upside down, but let's go to camera 3.
We can fix the upside down later.
Yep. Camera 3, going to pairing. You have 20 seconds. Camera 3 is now live. Now we can switch the view. Okay, that one is correct. Or I guess we want it to look the other way. Yep, there we go.
Oh, hit menu.
Menu to go back.
Because the instructions are a little lax. That's really my only critique of the HaloView is the instructions. I love the system. I've been using that older system for the last year. The only problem it ever gave me was the wiring in the truck. Every now and then I'd have to twist it a little to get the connection to work, and that was it. And you do that with stuff all the time, so nothing against them. Well, thank you so much for watching today. I know this was a really long video with a lot of different moving parts with the different systems. And please check out one of the videos popping up in the corners. Hit that subscribe button in the center, and we'll see you next time.